So Gaffer, it's been nearly 48 hours now since the loss at Weston Supermare. How do you reflect on that game?
Well, it's like everybody else, you always get a little bit disappointed when you don't win a game. But you look at the situations of the games, and pre-season's always important to give young lads a chance to work with the pros. You've got lads that have, when you've got 20 odd players, they've all got different situations. Poor Winnie's had a bit of a problem with personal problem that he's got to try and get over, and Dawson has had his injury, and they were just sort of coming back in. And then you get trialists, so people, they don't know your shape, you don't know theirs, but that's every club pre-season. And it's always a bit disappointing, more than disappointing, not only when you lose, but if players haven't quite found their form yet. You need individuals to find their individual form, so that when you put them in a team situation, that they can produce. And at the moment, that's not happening at that type of level, albeit a couple of levels lower than us. So we've got a job to do. We've got to work hard on people. But the one thing we have got is that when we put our main 11, 12, 13, 14 together, it'll be different. For the simple reason they all, of course they're more experienced. They're going to be fit. When we played half on Thursday against Bath, and then the other half against Weston Supermare on the Saturday. Obviously, no one can play at this stage on the Thursday and the Saturday. But now we can put the best from both together, and hopefully that then they will see that we're a lot stronger and we're a lot more organised and a lot more experienced.
You had a chat with the players on the pitch after the game rather than in the changing room. Was there a reason for that, and what did you say?
Well, the reason for that was the dressing room's 4 foot by 4 foot, and we had 20 odd players in there. So, but as you know, we always do especially in pre-season, very important to do a warm down, stretches. A few of them are, I've been working very hard, and when games come along as well, they start getting little achy strain sort of thing, so you have to stretch them, and you have to do your cool down. So Ian takes that, and obviously we couldn't do it in the changing room, so we did it on the pitch. And listen, it certainly wasn't me chastising the players in front of everybody. I think there was only one person left in the stadium, and that was John Palmer, and he decided to write that I was chastising him. But that wasn't true. Although obviously the lads know that I'm disappointed, and it's in the next half an hour we'll be talking about the game, showing them a video of the game, the strengths and weaknesses, and today's the day that I sort of get into them a little bit more from obstructively, let's say, and that's what we need to do. But the next 2 games will tell us a little bit more, and all we got to do is be right for Morecambe and Crawley within that first few days, and I'm sure the lads will pull through.
As talked about online and stuff, no players were put up for the press. Can you explain why that was?
Well, that's a good point, that, but I mean, because we're so good with that, and we're always, whenever anybody asks us for a player or 2 players, and it's not just one organisation, sometimes it's 3 or 4, and myself and all that, and I think sometimes it's probably not the best thing to do, but I still do it. Whereas on this occasion I felt that the players were a bit down anyway. They were disappointed with themselves in it. That doesn't mean to say we're not going to send them for interviews when we lose, because I've never done that. But I just thought on the day, we didn't need excuses. We didn't need somebody trying to do their best. Poor old Stoz or Downsy or Pelly or someone like that always have to, and their face looks down, and all that. And then myself, as I say, I don't want to be saying too much yet until the season starts, because you're just saying the same old things all the time, and you get the same old questions. With all due respect to everybody, these are good questions because they're really to the heart of things, mate. What people want to know. But anyway, so at the end of the day, people always get their stories and turn them into whatever they want to turn them into. But certainly, there's no press embargo or anything like that. I just thought I'd save whoever it was they wanted to speak to the embarrassment of having to speak for all the lads and say how disappointed they were again.